Reconciliation implies forgiveness and seeking of forgiveness, admission of the crimes that were committed, in order for it to be meaningful and enduring. So I think Tigray is in a peculiar position, and it is not going to be, all that is not going to be eliminated from the map or from history by this celebratory activity that they're engaging in now. So let's celebrate by all means, but let's also think more deeply about the necessary conditions for genuine conciliation.
I have, when the Eritrea-Ethiopia Boundary Commission delivered its decision in 2002, one of the Tigrayan leaders came out and said the rule of law has prevailed over the law of the jungle. And you hear a Tigrayan talking about the rule of law. Can you tell us a little bit about what laws do Tigrayan people have, and why is it hard for them to accept international law as we know it today, and this Border Commission's decision, and a little bit more about the society and its, like we have codified traditional laws in Eritrea. Is there such, the Oromos have it in the Gada system, you told us about the Amharas who have it. What does Tigray have to fall on as far as legal traditions go?
Well, there is no indication at all that Tigrayans have anything comparable to our customary laws, which are written and documented and kept going, written by communities and administered by communities, kept going for centuries. There's no indication that that is the case. The fundamental principle that they operate on is that vendettas are totally prohibited in our customary laws, totally prohibited. Vendettas are very common in Tigray. I've gotten case after case of vendettas that go on for generations in Tigray. Somebody kills somebody else, they get gar, and the gar that they collected is used to generate, mobilize people to commit a vendetta against the people who killed your kind. So I'm not entirely sure that Tigray is an entirely lawful nation or has been a lawful nation in history. Quite the contrary, the degree of shiftiness in Tigray is extreme. It's excessive. It's widespread. It penetrated Eritrea throughout the time that Ras Alula was governing Eritrea. The Shiftas followed Alula's army and simply went ahead and raided people's homes, armed, fully armed. That went on right through the years that Alula was in Eritrea. But more than that, Tigrayan Shifta have actually occupied the boundary territory between Kenya and Ethiopia. The entire boundary, which remained undelimited for 60 years, was a no man's land, controlled entirely by Tigrayan Shifta, who traded in ivory and slaves and became very wealthy, fully armed. Both governments of Kenya and Ethiopia tried to wage a joint campaign to eliminate them and failed. And so in the end, that continued until the liberation of Kenya, at which point, well, before the liberation of Kenya, the British colonial administration went ahead and disarmed the entire population on their side of the boundary. And when they did that, they retreated. They started operating on the Ethiopian side, and of course there aren't enough elephants to feed their greed for ivory on the Ethiopian side, and so they gradually began to fade. But for a major period of history, more than 60 years, they were in control of the Ethiopia-Kenya and no man's land boundary separating the two countries. So a nation, a people, Tigray, that has proved to be fully capable of behaving in this fashion on a massive scale, has serious questions about its ability to live under a body of commonly accepted laws.
واي سخا عندما أكل يكون كان يتابع حنت معك بهم وقت كيدا يتخني خا كم زبلكم دلكم ولا تأمام حارون إحنا عندما أكل أنت بقولوا اتمسرتوا عنتا اتتجراواي اتمسرتوا عند تاكيد بلكم عندي ناي تتجراواي حجي مبزحت وسب ولا قبلوا قال ما ليش بقرا عندكم بلكم كلهم اتتجراواي عندي ناي إثيوبيا راح عليك ونسي عندنا كرن أفريقيا سمعوا له مغنياتو كم زبلكم دلكم زنوح السلطانة زنوح تاريخ بفيديو دو تصحف ناتو محبراو خبرتات لعل ديمقراطي لعل خالد زك قرارب زلوه اتتجراواي فحي كم زبلكم دلو خيتكم تريوا لهم اب تግራይ زقتل سبريهم تفلطوا اب تግራይ زقتل حدا سبريهم تفلطوا اب تግራይ تنقد ماكينه ريهم تفلطوا اب تግራይ زنقد هنصا ريهم تفلطوا يلا مغنياتو انت زبلكم دلو اتتجراواي حيزهم دلو محبراو خبرتات لعل ديمقراطيهم كنغركم لعل ديمقراطيهم اذا عجز غنا سب اذا كو بعينك خا نعينكم كيفهم تخعدوا نازامكم كيفهم تخعدوا اب تግራይ زقتل اب غدنا تقتلوا سبريهم تفلطوا لكم اب زعتان شو مونتن عمسي اب غدنا بزيجنتهم بمننتهم بخال من قد ابي اثيوبيا تقتلوا سبريهم تفلطوا نيفر اي تريني خا مخنياتو ات محبراو خبرتات ات عندي ات تግራዋዩ ات تግራዋይ كان نفس وكف يزلكم نفس وكف زيغانا اثيوبيا ات محبراو خبرتاتنا اثيوبيا ناي تغارو اس يقدسومي اذا محبراو خبرتاتنا اثيوبيا ندعزيها لي اذا محبراو خبرتاتنا يتغارو ندعزيها لي كن بقى كم عساها تبالع رايوا اثيوبيا كاب اب عسران شو مونتن عمد استقتلوا كباب عسران شو مونتن عمد استفانا قولوا ابزنت شعته ورح استفانا قولوا ابزنت شعته ورح زموتوا حزبي يبزحوا ازي تقراوك بحايلو ما يكونوا غيرهم انت محبراو خبرتات تناي تغاوسي انت محبراو امنت لعلي ديمقراطي لعلي اول قص تصحف قوامي زياتا ما نمسر زغونا سب حجنا زيا زبلكم زلو اب تግራይ سب تقتيلو سمعك تفل دي خان حكا نيفر يلا اب تግራይ زقتل سب يلا اب تግራይ جمرعو اب تግራይ تزاويرو زخيد اب تግራይ ما يتقبلو اب تግራይ منصف اغوزا تقبل سب تزي كوينو اب تግራይ بمنوتو زقتل بمنوتو زغفع زيغا اثيوبياوي يكون صومالاوي يكون سوداناوي يكون غلا يكون بمسرت
conciliation
حسبوكم بيكما من قبل قبيلكم سلام ولا قليه معنتكم ولا سرايا من دفرا بيكما من قبل معذرا سلام ولا قليه فاطمة فانوس حياتي ولا بوجدا مناجي خوب باران بيتاتا انبل كحلة كحول حواجبتا سقيدا ريم ولا سمهار ببحرا ليكما من قبت ماجرا سلام ولا قليا فاطمة زهرا ولا بركا واسمرا ليكما من قبت ماجرا سلام ولا قليا فاطمة زهرا شلي قبل سقيدا يا صبرا عقوب ما تكلي النحرا كبوتا يا قتيل وتعترا محاوة بلولة باب صبرا لا تو ولا فاطمة زهرا حبيها بكم